Good morning, my app are back. Apologies for the sweaty t-shirt. I've already been wandering around quite a bit and it's hot. It's a catch-up day. Here's the plan. We'll video that catch-up, see what was going on yesterday. Yesterday when, a bit of a hangover. No, a lot of a hangover. In fact, this morning, at my age, I think I'm still feeling it. Not helped by the fact that we had another little gathering last night, just some of the family. Came over. Not a lot of drinking was going on, but just to celebrate my wife's actual birthday. So, catch up, lots to see, and then we'll carry on with the day. What could possibly go wrong? Before we start anything else, a massive thank you to you. I asked you yesterday for your thoughts on the person who described our crew as being not real men and doing everything ridiculously slowly. Oh my word, you delivered in spades. The number of likes on that particular video were way up. Please keep those coming, they do help. The number of comments was massive. Please keep them coming. And I think pretty much without exception, there is agreement, yeah, he's an idiot. Which is good for me because, as I said yesterday, or in the last video, we've got nothing to compare with, so your views on this do count. Many of you have experience of going through something similar, and one or two have said, yeah, it's not the fastest, but bear in mind, it is obviously a pretty big place, and the level of finishing that we've asked for is quite significant. So taking more than a year is not really what was in the plan, but we're okay with that. We just have said again to the builder, please try to make sure that we're in before Christmas. And at the moment, we'll hit that target quite easily, we think. But thank you for all of the comments, all of the likes. Please keep your comments coming, even if they are negative. Try not to be as foolish as the idiot, but tell us where things, in your opinion, are not going so well. This is partly, this channel is partly for people that follow on afterwards, that can learn from our mistakes. And of course, we've made loads, not least of which is slowing things down by constantly changing things. That's one lesson, try not to do that. But keep your comments coming. Give us suggestions, give us thoughts, anything you like. It does help us, and it may just help people that come afterwards. But again, a huge thank you, and also, of course, for everyone who wished my wife a happy birthday. Really appreciated. It's put a smile on her face again. This morning, the crew are determined I will not have an easy way of getting around inside the house. Coming in the front door, this is the first barrier, and there are more, you'll see soon. This is the second barrier that they've erected purely to stop me getting around the house. So if the front door doesn't stop me, this one's designed to do it. Manny's busy in the kitchen at the moment, but he's been doing this all around the house. This is the drilling out for the door handles and door locks, which he's been doing yesterday upstairs, this morning mostly downstairs. I can't really get a good angle on this, but Singing Rico is kind of following in Manny's footsteps. After Manny drills out the holes, Singing Rico's coming back and he's now putting in place the actual door locking, closing mechanisms, both on the frame and in the door itself. This is the biggest challenge of all. How do I get from where I am to inside the master bedroom? But I got to try, because there's something in there worth seeing. Painter Mr. Willie. He who really does struggle with arthritis, but he's always game to continue with the Monday morning exercises anyway, as far as he can. He's doing something new, at least new for us. The first coat of something on these skirting boards, at least the first coat of something after the selignum that was applied. So this first coat is another Boyson product. I should get some sponsorship money from them. That was my knees just cracking if you heard that. Flat wall enamel. So that's the first layer that they're applying here. And we'll kind of follow along later on to see what comes afterwards. But he's done part of the master bedroom, which is the first room to have this applied. We just had a little tiny bit of adjustment to our Olympic rings on steroids light fixture, but that's not why I'm here. Yesterday, we got these PVC panels, the same ones they've used in the bedrooms as highlight features. We've got them here above the double height ceiling, and I think it looks really nice with the other finishes that we've got here. And it's at both ends of the double height ceiling. They also did quite a bit more work yesterday on the kind of transition area, the lighter brown at the bottom there. This is getting closer to being completed. Once it is, that means that it's safer for the glass team that are doing these glass balustrades. They can come back in and fit this glass along here, and ultimately in the other 1 or 2 areas that we're still missing. And the glass is ready to go, right here. A moment ago, we had a little bit more cleanup going on just here, but it's not why I'm here. 2 things. We now have these door handles on all of the upstairs bedroom doors. Nice, simple, I think quite clean looking door handles. I'm not a fan of the kind of round ones that you get quite a lot here. These ones I think are, I don't know, to my taste, just a bit more elegant. It's, of course, entirely personal, but I like the look of these. And this is Jack's room. Inside, we've got another development. Original Rico is working on the skirting boards, the baseboards, and the other names that I keep forgetting. So actually, in this room, he's close to having them all installed. We've got all the rest, all the way around, all done. And including behind me, but I won't keep spinning. Of course, at the moment, completely untreated apart from Selignum, but mostly now, or very nearly, finished in here. In Aldrin's room, George's room, I referred to this, I think, in the last video, that they have now put the engineered wood floor into his walk-in closet area. And it's quite a nice transition. I'm not sure if it was deliberate, but because there's a little tiny step up here, you might be able to make out that the floorboards run in the bedroom kind of away from us, or towards us if you prefer, and inside the walk-in closet they go across, so it just defines that transition just a tiny little bit better. In Aldrin's bathroom, Elston's doing something that again they were working on yesterday in a couple of other bathrooms, grouting. Grouting the tiles in the walls, not yet the floors, but this one is, I don't know, it looks like he's getting close to finishing in here. And it has been done in a couple of other rooms, including the master bathroom. Papa Jess and Owen working on this light fixture above the stairs. They're doing it, they're going to have to do it just by eyeballing it, because there is no drawing, there was no drawing in the box about how high these various different lights should be. So they'll just eyeball it and come up with whatever flow of heights they think is right. Painter Resty is working on the wall on the outside of the dirty kitchen. We were asked yesterday whether we wanted some of this to be tiled, again as a highlight feature. I just felt that we didn't need it. We're in danger of going highlight mad, and I just want a few areas, we just want a few areas of highlights, not too many. So, plus of course, if we said yes, we want this tiled, it's more time, and we don't want to be adding to time. We've caused enough problems with distracting the crew with the gazebo and the outside bathroom and everything else we've had them doing. So I think just here, tiles are not necessary. Just here, Lito is working on the black pipe that you might be able to make out, which, if you've missed it, this is the pipe that runs all the way around the outside of the house. And I'm not sure what it is, every 1 foot or thereabouts, they've drilled a hole in it. And the idea here is that there will be various access points that we can pour in termite killer, termite poison. And it's one of the mechanisms to try to slow their advance. I've said it before, people have told me you never really eradicate termites, you just try and get them to move on, or you try and slow them down. This is one of the ways that we've seen other people do things that we believe may have some impact. So, you know, every once in a while you pour termite poison in, it circulates around the house, drips out of the various holes in the pipe, and hopefully does act as a little bit of a barrier against those pesky termites. Yet more of the never-ending skim coat on the front of the house this time. One of the very few people working outside the house, here in the outside bathroom, just working on the outside edge, the door frame, and earlier on was doing a little bit more work on the door itself, trying to get this to a finished state. There's still quite a bit of finishing in this outside bathroom to do, but as I said before, it is fully functional now. Here in the gazebo, there was actually another little gathering last night, which was actually my wife's actual birthday. And I think one of the things we've probably taken away from it, from the last 2 evenings, is that we do not need to replace that center light with a fan. This area inevitably will be used more in the evenings than it will be during the heat of the day. And it seems like, I know we're not in the height of summer yet, but I think for now, we don't need to put a fan in here. One of the things that the crew did yesterday, specifically Mr. Ronell, our plumber, helped by Carlito, was put in these downspouts. Clearly, still work to be done, they're not all fully connected. There's still bits and pieces to do around this gazebo, but we did use it again last night, and it serves its purpose really well. I asked in the last video what was missing just here. We'd added various trees and shrubs, one of which, that one on the right, doesn't look very healthy. But what was missing, I said? The first correct answer was from Jacko Swart. And it was the tree that was just here, which we did very briefly try to see if we could dig up and remove, and quickly realised no chance. The root ball was way too big. So Manny got his diggerator on the case, basically cut it to pieces. But it's really opened up the back view just here. So Jacko Swart was the first one. Brian R, Tom Vine, Steve L, Mark Bagley and Mega Wegger all got the right answer. Speaking of Mega Wegger, it is very close to 4:30 and there's not going to be overtime for the foreseeable future. The crew is still just tidying up a little bit. I'm not, just for once, going to do a joke of the day. Instead of that, little shout out. I got a message from a subscriber who told me that he'd missed some of the videos and was starting to catch up again. His excuse for not seeing the videos was he was getting married. So to Ewan, who I know has been following this almost from the beginning, huge congratulations to you and your new partner. Good luck on your new journey in life together. Right, let's take a look around. Something that is new down here on the north side of the house is we've got some new holes. 3 holes, first of which is hidden under this piece of wood covering, and this is going to be for a kind of a canopy. that just comes out from the house, and under which my understanding is we'll have areas for drying clothes, and I think this also will be where any water filtration system goes. Something else new on the outside. This is just outside the dining room. New tiling. So this will be a highlight feature, similar to one that's at the far end to our left, outside the living room. One here, and one outside the kitchen. So they've just made a start today. That's a few days' work for them at least. The door here for the helper's room and the door for the laundry room. Both now have handles. Still quite a few to be done downstairs. In Sabrina's room, skirting boards. So this is the last of the bedrooms upstairs to get those put in. I'm not sure when this was done. This is the wash basin cabinet, the Wabaka, in Sabrina's room. It now has granite. Very different to the white, almost white granite that we had before. But I think in this room, that works very well. In Jack's room, we've got a granite top as well. This time, it is white, which I think sets off nicely against the much darker coloured wall tiles. In Aldrian's room, white colour top. Slightly harder to pick a match for this one because of the light grey tiles in here. But I think, again, the white does work better than the dark colour would in this room. Alex's room, his bathroom. Again, the white colour to go with the darker colour wall tiles. In the master bathroom, it's quite dark, it's going to be difficult to see this clearly, but a different granite surface on this cabinet, this double cabinet. So a kind of a very light grey, which I think, again, that'll work in here. I'm happy with that. In the master bedroom, the skirting board all has that base coat of white paint. And in fact, I'm not sure if it was just Mr. Woolley, but also the skirting board in Alex's room and in Aldrian's room have all been painted as well. Back at the outside bathroom, the door frame and the door got a lot more attention today. Lots of paint all around the frame and the door itself. I suspect it's not finished yet. No, it's not finished yet. Still needs a bit of tidy up, but moving in the right direction. That is the end of the day. The day on which the crew decided to turn the house into an obstacle course for me. But we survived without banging heads, not even once. I really have to think about putting the hard hat back on if they're going to keep doing this to me. But that's the day done. Lots more bits of finishing around, lots more bits of painting that I haven't shown you. Some on the door frames upstairs, some on the outside of the house, some around the outside of the dirty kitchen, and a little bit on the inside of the dirty kitchen. No major thing today, apart from, I suppose, the start on that extra little bit of roofing down the north side that we just saw. But another day, another step closer. Come back and see what steps we take tomorrow. See you then.